Titus, and as the title says, this is my review of ROH's Tag Wars 2008, which of course was the first show of the two-show weekend, which featured the Motor City Machine Guns. So this was a show that I got since I like both of them, and this looked like a pretty good card from everything I heard. So let's get on with the review and see what we got. We had Pelle, Franklin, and Ernie Osiris versus Danny Daniels, Michael Elgin, I think it was his name, and Michael Nakazawa. Those three guys I had never seen before. Of course, the three guys before are ROH regulars, usually, job squad guys. So this was kind of neat. I will say that Daniels in particular was a guy that had a very unique look, and I would like to see him in Ring of Honor again, because one of the big criticisms of both TNA and in some regard ROH and in some regards TNA is that a lot of the guys look the same, and there's not anybody with a lot of unique looks, and this guy had that unique look, and I would like to see him in there. This was a basic 6-man. Wasn't, was there, was okay, was nothing horrible. 2 1/4 star match. Nice little opener. Next we had Titus versus Silas Young. Again, two guys you don't normally see on ROH shows, so this again was kind of nice to see, because both of these guys both have kind of unique looks, and so I liked seeing this. Again, 2 1/4 stars. I'd love to see both those guys in FIP stuff, to be completely honest. They had a pretty good little match, kind of an old school match, and the fact that it was very heelish versus face. That's not something we usually see in ROH, which was kind of a theme throughout the night, because there was a lot of that, and that's not something we usually see in ROH. So I like that sort of thing. So that was kind of cool. Next we had Joey Matthews versus Jigsaw. Joey Matthews, again, as has been wrestling the WWE style. A lot of people have kind of cringed on that, but to be honest, I think it works, because I think it allows him to add a dynamic to his matches that you don't normally see on Ring of Honor. He slows it down. It allows the guys like Jigsaw, who he was taking on, allows their spots to, I think, even look a little bit more impressive. This was an okay match. It was kind of what you would expect, just a standard okay match, 2.5 stars. Nothing too wondrous or exciting about it. They went back and forth. Just your basic stuff. As you can tell, the undercard, what wasn't anything too exciting, was just really basic kind of indie card, what you would see on most indie cards type of thing. Then we had the first kind of star-studded match, Nigel and Claudio versus Steen and Generico. This was a very good match, not a great match as I was expecting to see from these guys. It was a little too slow in parts, in my opinion, especially for these guys. It was entertaining though, and I did enjoy it. I definitely give it 3.5 stars. I think all the guys worked really well together. The kind of the story behind this was Nigel and Claudio trying to kind of one-up each other, and Claudio, coming up with the victory and kind of one up Nigel, which is a pretty nice little story. And also you had Nigel trying to go after Steen, because he was going to take on Steen later. I think it's the next night. So you had that kind of, so there was a lot of story elements going along in this. This was kind of a setup match, and a very good one at that. I think it did its job extremely well for that. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was enjoyable. Generico did what Generico does best. It was very funny when he needed to be funny. Same with Steen, and all these guys worked really well. I'd love to see a match like this again, because I don't know, something just wasn't clicking in this match for me. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just me. I don't know, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good, and it was the first really kind of standout match we had. Next we had Necro Butcher versus Delirious. Complete contrast of styles, which worked out pretty well in my opinion. Of course, I'm a big Delirious mark, so that might not surprise a lot of people. And I do like Necro Butcher for what it was. This was I think this was a no-holds-barred match. Well, I know it was a no-holds-barred match, but I think it was a street fight, I think is what it was. I think. Now that I think about it, I'm trying to think. Was this a street fight or was it a no-holds-barred match? This was, let's look. Oh, Falls Count Anywhere match. That's what it was. Okay. Well, which, it's basically what they've been doing with Necro, is putting him in gimmick-type matches like this, This actually worked out really well. I thought that they did a couple of things different as they attacked some of the guys around ringside. Kind of got in the way of the fray. There were some, okay chair shots. There was a pretty good brawl. It was wild. It was what you would expect a match like this would be, and it was entertaining, which is what it needed to be. A good 3-star, good match by these two. Kind of surprising in my opinion. I really dug this a lot more than I thought I would. I kept waiting for the point of where it would just drop off. It never really did. These two worked really well off of each other, with a little bit of comedy added in, and just you could just tell they had a really good chemistry with each other. So I would like to see them go at it again. Next we had Hero and Albright versus Jack Evans and Ruckus. This was kind of a disappointing match in my opinion. Just kind of an okay match. Evans and Ruckus, while very good, I think both of them are better when they're with Jigsaw, because Evans and Ruckus do almost the exact same things, so it becomes very spotty, very X Division like, I would say. And then Hero and Albright were just kind of there, to be honest, in my opinion. And this was again another setup match for further down the road, storyline wise, but it just never really clicked to me for whatever reason. I'm not really sure. 2.5 stars though, still an okay match. I would expect better from these guys. And then we got the first of the co-main events. We got the Briscoes versus Austin Aries and Ibushi. This was very good. This was great, actually. A great 4.25 star match in my opinion. I'm a big Briscoes fan, as everybody knows. I love Austin Aries. Ibushi, from what I've seen of him, very good and fun. This was a fun match to watch. Basic Briscoe style, where you kind of start out slow and build towards the crazy finish. And this had a crazy finish. Lots of near falls, just lots of really good stuff. No real storytelling really, other than just guys going out there and trying to beat each other, which is okay in a match like this. Really enjoyed it. Really thought it was good. Just liked it a lot. Like I said, 4.25 stars. Ibushi, for none of you that have ever seen him, really good, a lot of fun. Maybe if I've seen a lot of him, I probably might get a little tired of him, because I've seen his other 2 matches that he had in ROH. I think it was the weekend before this, and it was a lot of the same spots. But he's fun to watch. I mean, he's a lot of fun to watch, so I like that aspect of it. And of course, I'm a big Aries fan, and like I said, big Briscoes fan. After the match, there was, a little bit of fun, because they went up to Aries, asked Aries where Lacey was. Lacey came out, kissed Austin Aries, which set up the whole thing that came later on with Austin Aries in the Age of the Fall. This was the start of that. Again, another really good, fast-paced, your basic Briscoes, I wouldn't call it a spot fest, but that's what other people call it, spot fest. A lot of fun, fans enjoyed it, all of that. And then we had the main event, which was, of course, the Motor City Machine Guns in their hometown of Detroit versus the Age of the Fall. Now, I'm glad I reviewed this after Victory Road, which I did, because there you had the Age of the Fall, who were definitely heels. They're one of the few, heels that are in Ring of Honor. Speaking of heels, I completely forgot about this. Nigel is getting so much better on the mic. He had a very long promo with Steen and Generico, and he just came off as just the heelish asshole heel, and that's something I think ROH has missed, and it really worked for me. I'm really liking his run. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I'm really enjoying it. So there we are, because I like that aspect of it. But on this, so they were definitely the heels, and I'll get to why I'm glad, because, well, I'll just spoil it right now. So if you don't want spoilers, end this now. The Age of the Fall won. I'm sure most people already know that, and they won in Motor City Machine Guns' hometown in Detroit. And here we go, just at Victory Road, where everyone was saying you had to do the weird, messed up finish at Victory Road because it was Booker T's hometown. The Age of the Fall beat Motor City Machine Guns, and it worked. And this worked really well because when they started out the match, they did a very old style Age of the Fall getting over as the heels, Motor City Machine Guns being the baby faces. That's how they played it. It worked out good. It worked out great. Age of the Fall really did a great job of being the heels in this match. They told a pretty good story, not a great story, but a pretty good story in the match. And the announcers did a really good job for once. The ROH announcers, who sometimes I kind of get annoyed with, did a good job of trying to add a little bit of story and background to the match with Jimmy Jacobs and I think it was Alex Shelley, Alex Shelley, and the fact that here were these two guys that basically came in the business together and had gone two separate ways, with Shelley being on national TV and Jimmy Jacobs being the leader of this underground movement. Told a pretty good story there, and the match started off fairly slow. It was a basic what you would expect. I would say almost WWE style, since people like saying that, match, and then kind of worked its way up. And I loved seeing the Motor City Machine Guns in this environment because they were allowed to not just go out there and be spot happy, which often happens in TNA. This was actually more of them going out there and actually wrestling a little bit. Wasn't as good as the Briscoes match from last year, but it was still very good. Told a pretty good story. I think went a little too long with a little too many false finishes, but was definitely a great match and something that I think if you're a Motor City Machine Guns fan, you would everybody probably should check out. And I would give it 4.25 stars. Very good show in my opinion from top to bottom. Well, not very good, but a great show, given the fact that I like shows that progress, that start, you can have a good opener, and even though this didn't have a good opener, it just had kind of an okay opener, but it progresses to where, the top of the card is what's really good, and it gives you kind of that lift, and I like that on this card. I like that a lot. I thought that they did a really good job with that, and also the fact that you have two good tag team matches, even more than that, because you actually have three really good. You had two great tag team matches on this card. And I love tag team wrestling, so I am all about this card. If you like tag team wrestling, if you'd like to see a card kind of full of tag team wrestling that's really good, I would definitely say check this out. I'd give it an 8.0. Good, solid. Recommended to buy this DVD. I felt it was really good. And that's it. I'm out. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be doing the next ROH show. Will probably be the next review, and then I'm going to do Southern Navigation and a new level. And I've got the new Koch DVDs, and I'll probably review at least one of those, I would say, given the fact that there's one of them that I really want to review. So I'll review both of those. So that's what you can expect coming up next over the next couple of days, and then I'll probably get back, and then after that I'll do another Q&A, because I know people are going to start asking when I'm going to do another one, and that's when I'm going to do it, because I want to get these reviews out of the way. So there we go. Hope you guys liked. I will talk to you later.